Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chess and welcome back to another day our survival video. Today we will actually go to the Discord server as well, and we will actually more like continue about the next one. The previous one we talked about your feedbacks about the game, right? But today we will actually take a look about your suggestions now. Like all the suggestions that you submit through the Discord server, and I guess we'll just have to review. I mean, I will review that, right? And then like share my opinion about your suggestions as well. Um, there is a lot of them over here. Like there is a lot of them. Like actually a lot of them. I might not be able to read all of them. I might actually do this, like weekly, monthly, whatever, right? Not like not every day, but more like every like every now and then, right? Probably like every week or so, because um it's currently October and it's almost Halloween event, and I believe that more people will actually get engaged into playing the game again. And then some of them will also like put some suggestions over here as well. So yeah, for this like open like high season, I guess October, December, January, I might actually cover these suggestions more often. But next year when it kind of dies out a little bit, like people are not as active, or not as often playing the game as well, then they might also not give suggestions that are too much, right? There will not be any more, not anymore, but more like a lot of suggestions, right? So yeah, basically there's that. I'm going to read any of the TLDR. I'm going to read this often these times, but next year when things are died out a little bit, I'm not gonna read this as often. But yeah, anyway, let's actually start. I will drink first. Also, I kind of noticed as well the previous one, um, where we actually talk about your feedbacks, right? I kind of talked or discussed a little bit too long, and I'm not gonna do that here. I will cap at 1 minute every suggestions, and that's about it, I guess, so that we can cover so many suggestions at once, right? Anyway, also we'll cap this at 30 minutes probably, just to like a little bit longer but not too long, right? You can basically put this in the background as well, just hearing at my listening to my voice, right? While also doing other stuff as well. Let's actually start from the bottom. This is from XXII. I guess that's 22. Increase the amount of coal we can get from charcoal piles. 80 to 120 is a bit low in exchange for 340 wood. This is actually a great. I mean, this is not great suggestions, but more like this is actually a great problem to bring up. Because yes, I kind of noticed that as well. So you can craft one wood into one coal. That's directly right. And then there's also this burning pile, the charcoal piles. I guess it's called burning piles. It requires 340 wood, but as a result, it only gives 100 coals, in average, right? I think what's going on here is that I think what they should do is not increase the amount of coal from the charcoal piles, because I don't think they will actually buff this. However, what I think that they will do is actually nerf the wood to coal directly. So it will not be one wood to one coal, but to make things balanced, I think it will be five wood becomes one coal. And why? Because that's 5 to 1 ratio, right? And then over here, it needs 340 wood for 100. So that's 3.4 to 1 ratio, right? So yeah, 3.4 to 1 ratio. So, and this also, to make the burning piles to cool down, that also takes time, right? So, basically like it makes sense, right? Because this takes longer time, so this one should give more, right? So it's 3.5 3.4 to 1, like 3.4 wood to one call, right? So it will need less wood for that. And then for the wood to call directly from the crafting, I think what's possible is that they will increase the wood so that it's 5 wood to one coal, right? So you will need more wood for the instant crafting, right? So yeah, there you go. Next one from Morgan. Add the possibility to have a list of friends and see if they are connected or not. This is okay, I guess, but I guess it's overall great, but in general, I think I don't know. Like usually when friends lists, they kind of have a limit, right? So I'm not sure like if this is great idea. Like for let's say right, you can have 50 friends on your friends list, right? Um, but then what happened to the 51st person, right? Think about it this way. The other person or player that is not your friend but you already have your friends list full, right? They will feel like they are really not into the circle, right? Like I don't know, it just makes kind of make a group of people about something, right? And I don't think that's great, honestly. um like basically I think it's great for us to just be friends with everyone, right? So the idea of having friends list might not be morally good, I would say, because again, like what if someone else want to be your friend, right? But you already maxed at friends. So yeah, there's that also. If they are connected or not, if you want to check that, just private message that friend of yours. If there is actually if they're offline, there will be a pop-up notice that tells you that the person is offline anyway. So yeah, there you go. If you want to know if they are connected or not. But yeah, that's about it, I guess. So it's really unnecessary for this to happen. But yeah, I don't think that's actually necessary at all. Next from Hunter Plan 01. Oh, this is number 4. Oh my god, this person actually gives a lot of stuff. Okay, I will start from the first one. Hunter Plan 01. Add more stuff and event for end content player. After completing the main quest, we don't have any more thing to do. Thanks to the trade update, we can't always on. The schedule on to camp work off. What? On to camp work off. Wait, 6 hour repeat. The things that make us online is the community, Easter egg, and hoarding item. My suggestion is the community is well but can be improved. Freemium need to wait 10 minutes to chat in general but not with private. Freemium with private is probably a great idea. Sometimes when you message, I am premium, right? Sometimes I chat with freemium as well, and it's kind of, I would say, like, it's kind of unfortunate that they can only wait, like 10 minutes, right, until they reply to your message, and that's actually annoying. Like I'm premium, why should I wait 10 minutes for the freemium to reply me, right? So yeah, this is actually a great idea for that. However, this one, I guess, think about it this way, okay? So, I think every game developers kind of have like responsibility as well, so that the players, the consumers, don't actually play game more often, right? I think this is also one of why they kind of separate these refresh in 4 patches, right? Every 6 hour. I think it's just so that you don't play the game too much. I know it sounds like silly, right? But I guess that's just what happens about like health issue, right? Like nowadays, people play games every day and they don't really take care of themselves, right? They don't take rest, and like they can play for hours nonstop, even days, even, right? Um, so I think having this separation like this, like every 6 hours, actually that's already nice. Yeah, like I don't know, like this limit. Of course, this is limited, right? This is limiting you to do stuff in game, right? I think I feel like I do stuff and that's already took long enough already. So um I guess, I mean, yeah, like you want to be always on, right? But why do you want to do that? That's unhealthy, right? um I don't know, like take a rest, I guess. Like, it's great that the game actually cares about your health, right? Also, if you're, if your purpose is to hoard items, then this is basically just a crossed suggestion. This one is just a note from the developers. They don't like you hoarding items, and that's a fact. That's why we have all of our stuff limited, right? We don't have millions of items easily now, compared to in the past, and that will not change. I mean, I don't work for them, but I feel like they will not change it back to the past, right? You can no longer trade infinitely. That just doesn't make any sense, right? Like think about, you are, let's say this Earth, like this Earth in general, this world, stuff happened, right? Some countries decided to do World War III, and then they use nuclear bomb, right? And then the entire world got affected. Everyone dies, and then there's radiation everywhere. Can you actually find 10 million liters, like 10 million liters of fuel everywhere randomly? No, right? You cannot do that. Like, well, 10 million is probably too much, like 10,000 liters, right? 10,000 liters is, by the way, 10 millions of fuel in game. Let's say 10 million gasoline, that's 10,000 liters, right? Can you actually do that in real life, right? No, of course not. That's why, right? Um, yeah, like the idea of having things too much is not, doesn't go well with the concept of, survival, post apocalyptic survival. And that's the fact. Okay, that's a little bit too long there. I shouldn't have reviewed this too seriously. This is, yeah, I think that's just my opinion. So yeah. Two, make more Easter egg at entire map. Just like the please help, what is it? Easter egg at entire map. Just like the please help sign last year, you all can make something new, or you can wake up the myth, a kraken that summon tentacle in Japan, a whale that have charge attack guarding the lost city, office that have a meaning and valuable loot. Okay, so there is a lot of stuff here. Okay, I will actually highlight the Kraken in Japan. This is actually a great idea. We're playing this. This game has a lot of monsters features, right? I think adding monsters, especially Kraken, like yeah, like Godzilla as well, right? Like anything that from underwater, right? Well, probably not Godzilla, but what is it called again? The one from Pacific Rim or something like that, right? Um, like I think that's more like into Japanese style, right? Like even Godzilla as well, probably. Let's just throw that over there as well. I think that can go well in Japan, so that people might have more contents, right? However, you also have to know that Japan in game is actually quite far away to the east. Do you actually want to do that? Travel a long way and then fight this Kraken thing that you think about, and then let's say it gives you loot, right? And then you will most likely rant about the loot anyway, right? Because the loot's probably not crazy, you're not gonna be crazy. And then you will rant about it, right? You will whine about it anyway. So like it's great idea, but also like think about the visibility as well, right? Like it's too far away, there's no people there. Well, unless they added more train, like from the conductor, I guess, from Irkutsk to, what is it called again, the most eastern city of Russia, I think. What is it again? Khabarovsk or something like that. I cannot forget already, but yeah, if they add train station to there, to that place area, then this might be a great idea. But for now, with the current state of the game, it's probably not the best idea. Yeah. Okay, so there's also other points here, but I'm not gonna review that because I want to review other things as well. Next will be still the same player 3. Give some item able to craft in bulk. For example, under the cooking tool, there a bar that make how many we like. Instead, making it by one. Okay, this is about cooking, right? Bulk crafting cooking, I guess. I always have wanted this as well. I'm not sure why they didn't add this like later, like back then, even now, right? Like they haven't. added this item to bulk cooking, right? Um, I'm not sure why, but I don't know, like, yeah, still I'm not sure why, right? Because that should be a thing, right? You can, in real life, you can cook for a lot of people anyway, right? Like, you can cook for 10 people, right? By adding more stuff into it, right? So, this will be a great idea or suggestion to the game. So, yeah, this is actually a nice idea. Okay, this is too long. I'm not gonna read any of that. Like, let's keep it simple as well, right? I don't want to read all of the from the same person as well. This is from 22 again. Change the daily gifts into login rewards, like um, 5 caps, 5 water and sausage, 10 cap. This is actually nice. I actually agree with this one, despite of how many stuff people like over here. I don't really care if people dislike this. I will actually give this a thumbs up. um However, it's probably not caps, right? Like, it will probably like not this big. I don't think, like, probably caps will not be the choice. But I like the daily system. It means that people who are online every day, they can get rewarded, right? And then as the developers as well, they can also put like some kind of like monthly pass, I think. Like, basically you got from day 1 to day 30, right? So people who pay for the monthly pass, they can actually double the rewards, right? They can double all these rewards. Let's say day 1 they get 5 caps, then they will get 10 instead, right? Just paying the subscription of monthly pass, they get double the rewards. This is actually great. A lot of mobile games actually do this kind of stuff. But they probably will need to balance things out first over here, because day 1 5 caps, day 3 another caps, day 5 probably that's too much. Maybe like 5 caps every 7 days. I think that's good enough, honestly. 7 days you get 5. 21 days you get 10. Um, like day 7 you get 5, day 14 you get 5 as well, then day 21 you get 10, and then day 28 you get like another 10, right? So that's probably a great idea. And then people who buy monthly pass, they can double the rewards. Again, this is already a lot of people, a lot of games actually already apply this. What is this? Add spray pattern attack on assault rifles. Could probably work as two tiles on a certain direction. Left and right only can be chosen from the main target's position to be hit, as well as during the attack. I don't know what this means. It's probably gonna be a little bit too complicated for the devs to set this up, or to like put the coding for this one. Like, too complicated. So I don't think this is a great idea, honestly. Also, I don't know what this means by using spray pattern. um so yeah. Next, oh my god, this is too long as well. From PIX or P9, I guess, or PX. Now items for Halloween and Christmas event. Halloween Reaper's Scythe. Action points -1, range 2, damage. Okay, so this is basically new weapons for Halloween as well as Christmas, right? Um, I don't know about these stats that they gave, but I like the idea of new items for Halloween and Christmas event in general. So that you have, like, Christmas this year and Christmas last year, there'll be, like, some kind of unique items, right? Weapons that you can get only during a specific year. That's actually a great idea. Just to add more variations, right? But yeah, about the stats, I don't really care. It's up to the developers, right? So yeah. Same person, 22. Make the ghillie suit equipable on the backpack slot. Same way as the handmade bulletproof vest. Ghillie suit on the backpack slot. Ghillie. Okay, so you want to put ghillie suit, but it is as backpack. Is that what you mean? But the thing is that ghillie suit, it's literally called suit, right? It is an, I guess, clothing. So I'm not sure about putting this into the backpack slot. I mean, this one, the bulletproof vest. that also got tied into your back, right? So I don't know, like I guess they can make some way of like that, but no, I think what's better here is that they will have some sort of uh, things that can be put in the backpack slot, and that also will give dodge chance, right? But it's not ghillie suit probably. Like I don't know how much ghillie suit will protect you, but I think the one in backpack, I mean, that will probably get reduced, like not as strong as the ghillie suit, right? That is actually a possibility. They will actually do that. That's a probability, right? Adding things that can be used in the backpack slot, but it will actually, increase your dodge chance. So that's a possibility. But I'm not sure about having ghillie suit in the backpack in general, because that's actually, you can say that as a clothing, right? So that should be in the armor, like your body cover basically. So yeah, but again, this is actually a great idea if they make a new items that can be put in the backpack slot, and then it can increase the dodge chance. Anyway, next continue. I think I need to talk a little bit faster as well. Well, not really faster, but more like um, straight to the point, right? This is by Washi DJ. Okay, we can cook a dish many times by adding more amount. Oh, this is the same thing. Basically, you can yeah, like this, right? Pull cooking as well. Great idea, like I said as well. Because in real life you can cook for many people at once, right? So this should also be added to the game. This feature. Next will be from Dylan. Add pills or medicines that have the effect similar to recipe foods. To be honest, if you think about it, it's kind of funny that our main character needs to do a literal mukbang to gain buffs and good effects. Okay, let's think about it this way. Let's say any food. Um, Okay, Uka and pizza, right? So, okay, so Uka will actually increase your starting action points by two, and then the pizza will give you one additional action points every turn, right? Okay, so for the pizza, it can give you action points per turn, right? I think that's possible because, okay, think about it this way. If you have more action points, it means that basically you get more energy, right? Like you can you can do more stuff in game, in combat, right? It means that you get even more energy. So that can be in some sort of medicines, right? To give you like energy so that you can replenish one extra action point so that you can shoot more stuff uh, every turn, right? So that's actually a nice idea. Yeah, pills or medicines, that's actually a great idea, honestly. Effect similar to recipe food. Of course, it should not be the exact same thing from the food items, but the idea is there. Like similar, basically combat effects, right? Like instant combat effects. Next will be from Neons. Okay, add buff or food that increase accuracy to shooting weapon. For a level player, it will important to use. It will be important to use. Okay, so add buff food that increase accuracy. This is also nice. So far there is nothing that we can do to increase our accuracy. I mean the hit chance, right? The hit chance or accuracy, I guess. Apart from the perks, right? The hit chance perk, I think. I actually have that at level 5. Oh, there is also another one from the Demon Mask. Okay, which we actually will cover in the next video, I think, about Halloween. I'm not sure which will go first. But yeah, Demon Mask also increase your hit chance if you don't know about that. So, adding more food that increase accuracy is always nice, right? Um, so yeah, but yeah, Demon Mask is actually great. That is obtainable from Halloween. So yeah, basically prepare for that, right? You really will not want to miss this Halloween event, basically. Okay, next from 22 again. Oh, this person actually gives a lot of suggestions, I guess. Poisoner perk should also allow players to turn some melee weapons into a poison version. A great idea, 10 out of 10. Yes, I actually agree with this one. Okay, let's think about it this way. Like, let's say knife, right? Or spear in general. You can put poison like on top of the spear, and then you can, basically have poisonous spear, right? In fact, this is actually used in people back then, right? I heard a lot of stories from my ancestors as well. Like they put some kind of poison, on top of the spears, just to fend off wild animals back then, right? This is actually a thing that people did in the past, or even still now. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, since people did this in the past, there is actually a history about this. Therefore, it's actually a great suggestion. This is actually a very good suggestion. I will put thumbs up on that, uh, because this is actually very great addition actually. Next will be continuation. Okay, so from Nova. Okay, let's see this one. I don't know what the game become. Where's the realistic survival as it state? Okay, so it's a ranting then. Okay, a literal anti-tank launcher, some kind had less damage than a sniper rifle, Saipuha, that shoot one bullet to plus with perk. Balance it, don't mind spending 4 AP for using it, but like this nerf is so badly implemented. That's not suggestions. What's your suggestions then? Yeah, this is just ranting. I'm not gonna read this again. Okay, their suggestion is probably adding 4 action points. Um, I think that's already in the game though, right? Yeah, this is not suggestion, so I'm not gonna read this, I guess. 22 again. Players should be able to buy knife at the trader from Olonet Survivor Camp up to Izev's or maybe up until Arzamas. Olonets, uh, actually there is already knife at Olonets. I'm not sure what you're talking about. They already have knife though. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Uh, they have. I recently just played again. I think they have crowbar. They have toolkit. They also have pan. They also have knife. The only thing that they don't have is axe. Actually, axe you need to create that yourself, but knife there is actually knife in Olonet. So yeah, this already implemented, so yeah, skip. Next from Orphe, third is, oh, this is another multiple suggestions, I guess. All right, I still have 5 more minutes. Let's see over here. Orphe, I would like to suggest a new Halloween event item. Okay, so this is just event item, I guess. Yeah, like same as previously, like I said, right? I don't really care about the stats or what it does, but I like the idea in general about having more items for new items for Halloween, right? So yeah, from Frost the Man, but it got reposted by Daphne for some reason. Okay. Mercenary hiring can recruit mercenary in Survivor Town, which could be used on and not used in the weapon selection page. Oh, this is basically mercen. Oh yeah, this is actually a great idea as well. I'm going to give this thumbs up. This is basically you have more friends, NPC friends with you, right? Um, because in offline mode, if you haven't noticed already, you don't have friends, right? It's just you and the NPC, so there is no other person that can boost your attacks, right? um, Having mercenary in base and survivor base or NPC, I guess it's always a great idea. Basically you will give them the bullets probably, and then gives them money as well, like iron nuts or something like that. And maybe you can also give them like collectibles, right? Like let's say you will give them rare watch, you will give them rare playing cards, or like gold bar probably, right? Like just basically pay them stuff, right? Or even just simply as like Cuban Seeger or something like that, as well as the currencies as well, like either iron nuts, ration cards, or black rubbles, right? So it's always nice. Also there, like think about it, like there is also multiple selection, right? Like people mercenary that use like let's say machine gun, and then they use I don't know, like snipers, they use, I don't know, like RPG or something like that, and then the price varies, right? That's actually a nice addition there. um, Next from 22 again, reduce the amount of materials needed for repairing the chainsaw. I'm not sure about this one. I personally don't really use chainsaw anymore, because first it requires a lot of fuel or gasoline, and then next will be the repairing cost. I guess this is a great addition, but I'm not. I don't remember what's the current state of repairing chainsaw is. I don't know if it's actually actually lots of things that you need to add, but um, I don't know. Like I have to take a look first, right, before actually agree or disagree with this one, right? So yeah, I guess I will just skip. From Fistful of Peace, have a Wendigo or Babayaska, the one that eats kids. Oh, that's actually terrifying in the Halloween event. Okay, so I like the concept, right? Adding more monsters in the Halloween event. Okay, so the problem with that is here's the thing. There's already like lots of Halloween monsters that you can fight. Also, there's already Halloween boss quests that you have to fight as well. So adding more of this kind of boss monsters or monster in general. I mean, it's great, right? But it's the game already has too much of that. I don't know if you already tried the Halloween event or not, but there's actually already so many things that you can fight though. Um, but like I get the concept. Basically, adding more, regular monsters or boss monsters, right? Which may be coming. I'm not entirely sure as well. Next from the boys, a player mute always allows players to mute and unmute players they find annoying just for that one person. I think this is unnecessary as well. This is just like the friend list, right? Um, if anything, this will only bring bad more than the good, right? Let's say I will mute you, right? And then you try to say something, right? And then I don't respond because I mute you. uh, what you're gonna do, right? You will start thinking negatively, right? Like, oh, Danny just is actually muting me, or he's a bad person, and then you start drama, right? Like, let's say, just like that in itself, it just creates more bad than the good. If anything, I think what you need to do is just to grow up, I guess. Like, just ignore people that actually switch channels. If you don't like anyone, then go to the private message channel, I guess. Just so that you don't see the person, right? I guess basically the best you can do is just to ignore the players. If the player actually does something that harass you, like, let's say, they are using slurs, they're using bad words, like, yeah, just bad words in general, right? You can just screenshot and then report to mods, to the moderators, and your problem will be fixed, actually. And um yeah, I think just ignore the person until they like, um trespass, like, go beyond the threshold of saying bad stuff in the chat, right? And then just say, talk to the mods, and they will take care of the players, and that's about it, I guess. Next from the boys as well, make the RPG text mini game a real game on the App Store. Oh, what's that? RPG text mini game? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, do you mean the blind sniper? I mean, is it really necessary though? Because you also need to know, right? Like, um, game. I mean, the coding though, like how is the coding gonna be, right? I don't know, like that will actually put the game to, I don't know, a little bit complex, I guess. Also, that's not really important, I guess. Like any event, community event, like the mini game, the RPG text, I think. Also, I don't know what this means, right? Does the player mean about the blind sniper that we can play on Discord? If it's that, then I think it's better to make that stay here. I think that's the best thing. But if this person means something else, then I'm not sure what it is. So yeah, I think Blind Sniper should be here, or maybe in Facebook or whatever social media that they use, right? And that's about it, I guess. Next, we will have. Oh, it's already 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Okay, so I guess let's see. Add crossbow, strong crossbow. I like that. Um, as for now, I think the icicle thrower is the best crossbow, I think. And that's about it, I guess. Yeah, probably crossbow is always nice. Actually, I'm not sure about that, about the icicle thrower. Probably there is already a legendary tier crossbow. I'm not entirely sure. I have to check this first, right, before actually agree or disagree with this one. So yeah. What is this? New ammo. Okay. Next we have Molotovs 1 AP instead of 2. They don't deal much damage for 2 AP. I think what they can do is increase the burning damage from Molotovs, I think, and that's the best thing. 1 AP, I think you can actually, cannot you use the perk to reduce the amount of AP that you get from any explosives. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I have to take a look first, right? But yeah, like I don't know if 2AP is already after the perk or it is before the perk, right? I'm not entirely sure, but I think what's better here is to increase the burning damage because Molotovs is about the burning damage, right? Like it is literally a bottle full of, full of fuel, and then you throw it, and then it, sparks the fire, start, and it becomes burning damage, right? I think, if anything, I think it will be the splashing damage or the burning effect that should be increased. Not the action points actually, but yeah. Mm, because you need to throw, right? Like to throw stuff you need more energy, right? Because you need to throw like far away, right? So probably 2 AP is fair enough, I would say, for the energy that you have to use to throw the bottles, right? Let's see again from the boys buy game currency. Oh, this is just continue. Okay, that's a lot of, I'm not gonna read that. Get rubber from tires, basically, right? Okay, this is great idea. I kinda also suggested this until someone actually mentioned about this. Actually, that the grade of the rubber that is used for tires, and the rubbers that is used for electronics, and then like in this case for armor as well, right? They are actually different, different grade. If anything, I think what happens here should be that there should be like a liquid rubber, right? And then this rubber you can use to craft the tires, the what is it like, the rubber parts, and then the rubber in general, right? So like the tree sapling basically, right? Like the rubber from the tree, like the tree sapling, and then you use that for crafting, right? I think that makes more sense if you ask me. So yeah, because again, like I said, it's someone said that the rubber that is used for those objects are actually different grade, right? Like the rubber from the tires, they have like certain thickness, right? And then the rubber for electronics, they will need to resist some kind of heat, right? And then the other, like the rubber armor, for the armor in general, the rubber will need some kind of strength, right? Like the material strength, because it's used to, basically for armor, right? So it has to be strong. So like best I can do is probably suggest about the tree sapling, basically liquid rubber, right? And then you can use that, like let's say five of them for making tires, and then seven of them to make rubber parts, and then 10 of them to make the rubber for armor, and that's about it. um okay, oh, I downvote this one already. Okay, rework the raffle system, both users, non-premium, premium. Oh, okay, so this is basically, there is actually yeah, there is actually already it's on Discord, right? They basically wanted the raffle system to be for everyone, but I don't know, I cannot really say anything about that, right? That's like more like into the, I guess that's more like the benefits for people who support, right? Who actually pay money, right? For the server as well. And yeah, I think leaving the benefits like this for them is, I think, already great. Like, this is basically for the supporter, right? If you don't support the game, like, I mean, if you don't really pay stuff, right? For like anything, then I think like people who pay will certainly have more benefits, right? And I think that's just fair. That's just how it is. Um, the best you can do is probably like just watching ads, right? And that also, I I think revenue from ads is not as big. Well, obviously, it's not as big as for people who actually supports by donation or paying stuff, right? I think having these benefits is great for them. Also, you need to know that the raffle, I guess it's not really great. The price is not that oh my god, it's 10,000 caps. No, it's not like that really. Like it's just some stuff, right? So yeah, like I think this is really unnecessary. That's why probably I downvoted that. Anyway, I think that will be it. There is so much more, but yeah, we'll have to come back 1 week from now probably, right? But yeah, that's it for this video about reviewing your suggestions, I guess. I know like I sound like I disagree with lots of you, right? But I just say how it is, right? I'm just being honest. Like I kind of disagree, but I also kind of make your suggestions into better suggestions, right? Things that the developers might actually consider doing, right? So that it's not necessarily giving you full benefit. Like I just kind of want to make it win-win for both you guys, the players, myself as well included, also for the developers as well, right? To make things balanced, basically, right? At the end of the day, you just want to have fun, right? And if things are not balanced, then there is no fun in it, right? If something's too OP, too overpowered, if something's too weak, then there is no fun in it, right? So the best they can do is just to balance things out. Um, and yeah, I think that's just about it. Anyway, I think that'll be it for today's DR survival videos about reading your suggestions. I also agree lots of stuff, right? Like the event items, and then yeah, lots of things that I also agree, right? But yeah, anyway, I think that'll be it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. I will see you again in the next video of DR survival, and see ya.